I'm Mac Walters.
And I'm Clayton Chiriello, and we're here outside the Dickies Arena.
The Gamecocks are the reigning national champions and have played great this season. They only have one loss, and TCU is led by Sedona Prince and Haley Van Lith. Both have won the Big 12 Player of the Week, and Prince averages 4 blocks a game, and she's one of the team's leading scorers. I'm outside of Hill and Walsh dormitories, which are the new dorms at TCU.
TCU won 13-7 in an away game in Salt Lake City, which is a great victory for Frogs, which maybe leads for a positive future.
And then all from there, you grab something tasteful, like the fruit gummies, and all you have to do is walk on out. It's Wednesday, September 25th, and this is your daily update. I'm Mac Walters. The State Fair of Texas will open Friday with its gun ban in place.
This past weekend, TCU played Utah in Salt Lake City, and the area got their first snow of the year. When asked about his overall thoughts on the game, Sonny Dykes had this to say about their performance.
Again, I think it's the first time this year we played complementary football, where both sides played well together. I thought we were really solid on special teams, other than the blocked field goal.
Trey Battle had this to say about the team's mentality.
And this motto was burn the boats, where there's no turning back, there's no retreating, defense isn't playing with their backs against the wall, we're going forward, we're not looking back. So that's kind of how we're looking at the season.
When asked about how this will impact the team's confidence, Dykes said,
I think that we're a team that needs to have some confidence. I think we probably played a little tight this year so far, and I think we'll gain a lot of confidence from this. I think it's a sign of what this team can be.
All is quiet in Utah after the Frogs win. The team plays Texas Tech next week and is favored by 6.5 points. This is Mac Walters with TCU News Now. Back to the desk.
My name is Wendy Sierra. I am a member of Turtle Clan and a citizen of the Oneida Nation.
The campus hosted many events for Native American Heritage Month. They included basket weaving, stickball, and 2 film screenings from Native American filmmakers.
Yeah, so for Native American Heritage Month, we had 4 events total. 2 were hands-on events, letting students actually participate, and we also showed 2 movies.
The events this year saw a record turnout. In the future, Dr. Sierra is hoping to expand the reach of events further.
I would love to do more things to bring the culture into campus. I think it would be great to have some dancers come to campus. That's a really central part of Native culture that we haven't done a whole ton with on campus.
The goal of their events was to increase the visibility of Native cultures to show students and staff on campus and highlight various forms of Native American art.
Happening on TCU News Now. Stormy weather might change your weekend plans. We've got your forecast ahead.
Plus, the Lady Frogs came back home from the Elite 8 tournament. Coming up, how their fans showed up all season long.
And parking around the east side of campus is about to get more complicated. What to expect and when, as we get started on this Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025.
This is TCU News Now.
Hello, and welcome to TCU News Now. I'm Taylor Croner.
And I'm Haley Chiriello. The TCU women's basketball team is back in Fort Worth after competing in the NCAA tournament in the Elite 8.
They didn't win, but Frog Nation still has so much to celebrate. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, we need to talk about the weather.
Just looking outside, you can see the rest of today will be mostly cloudy with maybe a bit of sunshine and a high near 86. But rain is on the way.
That's right. Take a look at the radar. Tonight into Thursday morning, we're getting a round of storms in the area with a chance of damaging winds and large hail. So you might want to think about parking your vehicle somewhere covered if you can.
And the rain is here to stay for the rest of the week. If you had plans to be outside this weekend, it would be a good idea to find a backup. We are expecting a washout. The sun returns on Sunday, but temperatures will be cooler.
Can't have any game slippage, meaning any leak in your detail. It's got to be good. And look at Oldacre stepping into the passing lane, gonna take it the distance, and one.
disappointing moment for the TCU women's basketball team Monday night. The Horned Frogs lost their bid to the Final Four against Texas.
But they returned to Fort Worth as heroes. No other TCU team has ever made it to the Elite Eight, not even the men's team. We were there when the team buses rolled back onto campus. Fans welcomed the team home with cheers, hugs, and nothing but pride for the Horned Frogs.
Frog Nation kept hope alive until the bitter end here in Fort Worth. Whether they were in sorority chapter meetings or skipping class, fans showed up for the team. Alicia Takis has more.
On a night where the Lady Horned Frogs made history in the program's first Elite Eight in Birmingham, Alabama, the Schollmeyer Arena was quiet. But every watch party in support of the team was just the opposite. Buffalo Bros, along with multiple other bars and restaurants around TCU's campus, was just one of the destinations for fans to watch. Everywhere you looked, fans were enjoying drinks, wings, and pizzas while donning TCU jerseys of all types. Fans felt every emotion with the team, good and bad, and could not be prouder of them. They made sure to celebrate accordingly for every three-pointer made.
I think it means a lot for the city, and it's like we've put a whole program now on the map. I remember last semester or last year when we were like about to forfeit games, not having enough people, open tryouts, and now we have the first ever. We haven't been in the NCAA tournament since 2010. Now we're in the Elite Eight fighting for the Final Four.
As a big TCU fan, it's just like, a dream come true, and like they deserve it. They put in so much work, so much effort, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and like I just couldn't be any happier for them.
Despite falling to Texas 58-47, the Frogs were backed by their loyal fans decked in purple and white to cap off a storybook season. For TCU News Now, I'm Alicia.
Students who have been there for every up and down the team has experienced. Frog Army.
Hope Feeney is a member of the organization. They support TCU basketball all season long, and Hope is here to talk about the experience this season. Hope, thank you so much for coming on to the show. So our women's basketball team just completed an incredible season. It's the first time we saw a program make it to the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. What did that mean for Frog Army?
Well, it means so much. Being huge basketball fans, seeing that outcome for our team has been such a morale boost, and it's amazing to be able to support an amazing women's team. We're really proud of them.
Oh, absolutely. Well, over the season, did you feel like you saw an increase in attendance of the students in the women's basketball games?
Absolutely. Compared to 2 years ago, we were 1-17 in conference play, and now we won every single game at Schollmeyer. The games, every single game, more students started coming. It was really exciting.
That's absolutely incredible. So at the Louisville game, we had the #1 women's basketball game attendance. What does that say about our program and the fans?
It says a lot. I think that there's a lot of growth happening in women's sports, and seeing that love and camaraderie at TCU is amazing, and the girls deserve all the support.
They honestly do, I agree.
Hope, thank you so much for joining us today. And to learn more about Frog Army, check out their Instagram at TCU Frog Army.
There's a lot more to talk about in the sports world, so let's send it to our sports team, Alexandra Salinas and Ella Schamberger.
Thanks, guys. Let's chat quickly about the women's basketball team. Haley Van Lith led the team with 17 points and 8 rebounds in her final collegiate game. Center Sedona Prince was limited to just 4 points before fouling out midway through the fourth quarter.
Even though the Frogs fell short, TCU finished the season with a remarkable 34-4 record. This is just the beginning of a new era of TCU women's hoops. Turning to track and field, the TCU women's 4x100-meter relay team delivered a stellar performance at the 97th Clyde Littlefield Texas Relays.
The quartet of India Mayberry, Ayanna Gray, London Tucker, and Tiana Harlan clocked a time of 42.87 seconds, the fastest in the NCAA this season and the second fastest globally this year. This mark also set a new school record. And some breaking news for men's basketball, center Ernest Uday Jr. entered the transfer portal yesterday. He started his collegiate career as a Kansas Jayhawk, but transferred to TCU after his freshman year.
This season, he averaged 6.6 points, 7.5 rebounds, and a 1.2 assists per game across 30 games. He tallied 6 double-doubles and reached double digits in the rebounds 10 times. He finished 7th in the Big 12 in defensive rebound percentage. TCU baseball took 2 of 3 games in their weekend series against Houston. After dropping Friday's opener 3-2, the Frogs bounced back with a 12-0 shutout on Saturday. Cademan Parker threw 5 scoreless innings, and Sawyer Stronsnyder went 4 for 5 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs.
And on Sunday, TCU erupted offensively after trailing 4-0 early. Noah Franco hit a game-tying homer in the 4th, and Anthony Silva sealed it with a grand slam in the 9th to win 16-5. This series win moves TCU to 21-8 overall and 5-4 in Big 12 play. Their next conference game is this weekend against BYU.
TCU beach volleyball continues to impress this season. The Horned Frogs recently secured a victory over top-ranked UCLA, winning the match 3-0. This win further solidifies TCU's position as a national contender in beach volleyball.
This year's March Madness has not been all that mad. All 4 1 seeds are advancing to the Final Four. This is the second time this has ever happened, the first in 2008. The first game is Florida versus Auburn this Saturday at 5:09 p.m. Houston versus Duke will happen after at 7:49 p.m.
Switching gears to professional golf, Minwoo Lee beat out Scottie Scheffler to win the Texas Children's Houston Open, 2 tournaments before the Masters. This is Woo Lee's first PGA Tour win. While Masters Week officially begins next Monday, the PGA Tour will make one more stop in San Antonio for the Valero Texas Open at TPC San Antonio.
Texas Rangers ace Jacob deGrom made a successful return to the mound on Sunday after recovering from his second Tommy John surgery last May. deGrom delivered 5 shutout innings, allowing just 2 hits and recording 6 strikeouts, as the Rangers edged out the Boston Red Sox with a 3-2 victory. The 36-year-old right-hander, who signed a 5-year, $185 million deal with the Rangers in 2023, showed excellent control of his pitches. Manager Bruce Bochy praised deGrom's performance.
More on MLB, the New York Yankees have started the season with an explosive display of power, hitting 15 home runs over their first 3 games, a feat that ties the major league record set by the 2006 Detroit Tigers. This surge in home runs has drawn attention to the team's use of a new distinctive torpedo bat, designed with a redistributed weight lowered down the barrel, and a bowling pin-like shape. These bats are believed to enhance power and swing efficiency.
While the torpedo bat's design has sparked discussions, both players and coaches emphasize that the recent success stems from the team's dedication and training. As the season progresses, it will be interesting to see if this trend continues and how it might influence the game moving forward. That's all for this week's sports news. Back to you guys.
Thanks, ladies.
A water main break on South University Drive created quite a mess on the streets and in a couple of academic buildings. Here's Caden Polinsky with more on what happened and what the situation is now.
On Monday, March 31st, TCU had a water main break on University in front of the Mowdy buildings. We talked to a couple students about it and asked if they had seen it and how it affected their day.
I was driving back onto University, trying to get into the commuter parking lot over there, and there was just this whole flood of water, like extending like far past the church. Traffic here was like stopped for like a good 5-6 minutes. Oh, it was crazy. It was like a whole river going down University.
Since they had to shut the water off, many necessities in Mowdy were unusable.
There wasn't water in Schaefer and Moody, so I wanted to go to the bathroom and I couldn't. I had to go to the other building to go to the bathroom during class.
As of April 1st, the pipe has been fixed and the road has been repaved. University is now reopened and ready for running cars instead of water.
Did reopen yesterday, but earlier this morning, crews were back out doing some more work. It looks like that'll be the case through the rest of the week.
Filming for the new season of Landman is underway in Fort Worth. And next week, production will close streets downtown. There will be several roads and land closures, including Taylor Street between 6th and 7th Street. Last week, scenes for season 2 were shot here at TCU.
This morning, Hollywood is mourning the death of actor Val Kilmer. He was known for his roles in films like Top Gun, Batman Forever, and Tombstone. He died last night in Los Angeles at the age of 65. According to his daughter, Kilmer succumbed to pneumonia after a long battle with health issues, including a throat cancer diagnosis that required multiple tracheotomies. TCU President Daniel Pullen rescheduled his annual town hall for students, faculty, and staff. The meeting for students will happen on Wednesday, April 16th at the Intercultural Center from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Faculty and staff will have their meeting the next day from 9 to 10 a.m. in the Tucker Family Ballroom at the Blue.
In the Texas legislature, a bill that would require voters to show proof of citizenship cleared the Senate. It still needs approval in the State House to become law. Senate Bill 16 would apply to already registered voters in Texas. It would bar voters without proof of citizenship from voting in presidential elections as well as state and local races. If approved, the new law would take effect in September.
To Washington, D.C. now, where a marathon filibuster speech took over the Senate floor. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker spoke for an unprecedented 25 hours and 5 minutes. It broke the record and set 68 years ago by South Carolina senator who filibustered against the Civil Rights Act. Take a listen.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
Senator Booker criticized the Trump administration, including proposed import tariffs, federal worker layoffs, and tax cuts that would benefit the wealthy. President Trump defended his administration's actions. He stated that the tariffs are necessary to reduce reliance on foreign goods, and the layoffs are part of the plan to streamline government operations.
This week, the Dallas office of the Department of Education closed. The Dallas location was one of 6 regional offices to be eliminated. The move is part of President Trump's plan to downsize the federal government.
It's been about a week and a half since spring break, and you might be feeling, well, unmotivated. You are not alone. As Perrin Gilman reports, this is a common feeling among college students during this time of year.
For many college students, the week after spring break marks the beginning of academic burnout. Knowing this, the crew hosted a Wellness Wednesday event on March 26th in the Recreation Center to encourage students to prioritize their well-being. The event had 2 kinds of infused water, fresh fruit, eye mask cookies, lip masks, eye patches, and hand lotion. There was even a raffle for bigger wellness items. And if that wasn't enough, free massages were also available.
We try to do at least one self-care event every semester in the crew, just because our whole mission is just to better students' life and experience here. We knew that after spring break, people are just coming off relaxation, and they could get honestly a little bit stressed because we only do have a month left of school and final seasons is coming up no one knows. So we were just it's probably good to have a really good self-care event.
Besides attending wellness events, the University of the People says that academic burnout can be prevented by creating reasonable goals, going outside and taking a walk, setting aside time for fun, avoiding procrastination, getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and drinking water and eating healthy.
What better way to release stress than with a massage? I wish I had been at the rec last Wednesday to get one.
Parking is about to become an even bigger pain start in just a couple of weeks. An email to the campus community, TC Police said new construction projects will create some parking changes starting April 20th. Several lots on the east side of campus will be closed and repurposed. That means you'll have to use more West Campus parking near the A.M.G. Carter Stadium. There will be a parking Q&A on the TC Police website to help answer questions about timelines and shuttle routes.
TCU's Ignite celebrated Women's History Month by showcasing women who've made an impact on TCU students. Abby McCutcheon has more on the event.
Ignite at TCU celebrated Women's History Month with an event in the Commons Tuesday.
I think to me personally, Women's History Month is a really big part of who I am today and the reason why I'm even a president of Ignite.
The event featured a museum with photos of women nominated by TCU students whom they've inspired. Ignite focuses on the empowerment of women in the political sphere. The organization often hosts events that highlight women's accomplishments, both on and off campus.
Being able to see women work in these very male-dominated fields and slowly changing that narrative is such a huge step forward.
Co-president Mar Ayala Ortiz said students can expect similar events in the future.
Follow us at Ignite, Ignite_TCU. Our engages as well, just Ignite at TCU. And you never know, you might see us just out here in the Commons.
Students interested in joining Ignite can message any members of the organization's executive board to get involved.
Coming up after the break, another big restaurant chain files for bankruptcy. Which one is closing doors next?
Plus, honoring the women of TCU and the impact they've made on campus next.
There are those who see the world through a different lens, who take risks, who are willing to make a stand. Because trails, they aren't blazed by the timid, but by the bold. For 150 years, TCU has been creating the next generation of leaders. To think audaciously, care compassionately, lead heroically. And now, it's our turn, our time to lead on.
Welcome back. We've got breaking news in this week's business break. Amazon put in a bid to purchase TikTok. A U.S. ban of the app is set to happen on Saturday. The news comes as President Trump was expected to meet with aides to talk about potential TikTok buyers.
President Donald Trump is set to announce a series of new tariffs today. He's calling April 2nd Liberation Day. The tariffs aim to match the import taxes that other countries impose on U.S. goods. They target sectors like automobiles, steel, and aluminum. President Trump says the tariffs are meant to stop the U.S. from relying on foreign imports.
Tesla stock took a major hit in the first quarter of the year, dropping 36%. That's its worst performance since 2022. Tesla lost more than $460 billion in market value during the quarter. The drop comes amid falling new vehicle sales, tariff policies, and public backlash related to CEO Elon Musk's role in the administration.
A new report shows the U.S. job market is healthy but slowing. February job openings declined 7.6 million. Openings have been falling steadily since March 2022, when they peaked at over 12 million during the post-pandemic hiring surge.
Hooters have filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The company will sell 100 company-owned locations to a group of franchisees. Some restaurants will rebrand as a more family-friendly option as well.
The estate of renowned author and screenwriter Michael Crichton is suing Warner Brothers Television. The lawsuit claims a medical drama called The Pit is an unauthorized reboot of Crichton's ER. The show also features Noah Weil, who starred in ER, and includes other ER cast and crew. Warner Brothers says the claim is baseless.
You don't always have to leave campus to shop sometimes. The shop comes to you. Like earlier this week, when people had a chance to buy items created by TCU students. Here's Alexis Garcia with more.
The balloon arches are back for the second time this academic year. That's right, it's the Shattuck Market. With the Intellectual Commons bustling with students and alumni, we spoke to Lindsay Byrne to see what the hype was all about.
The Shattuck Market has been going on for a few semesters now. Pretty much all of the participants are students or former students that have worked with our programming in the Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. A lot of them have gone through our CREATE program. So that is a program that students with businesses can participate in, kind of compete with each other for $50,000 in funding.
We met a student passionate about the CREATE program with hopes of his buffs, beef puffs that is, to resonate with the TCU community.
I came last year when it was still just like a concept, and I was just giving them out to people, and some people liked them, some people thought it was kind of gross, but we've definitely improved a lot since last year.
We also spotted an unmistakable truck of vintage finds, run by none other than a TCU alumna.
I'd say this is really clutch. There's not many events we're allowed to sell things on campus, and this is a cool exception to that, and it's really valuable to us.
It's a valuable experience for the students looking to support their peers as well.
For TCU students, I think it's a really cool opportunity for them to start their own small businesses and sell to students and get their brand out there.
Aside from just promoting her business at this market, one student has cultivated her identity.
Outside of me being a student, who am I? You know, a business owner, and being able to kind of learn that side of me and highlight that side of me, I think that's really important. At least makes me feel welcomed in having the alumni and faculty come by and, take a look at my business, kind of, speak words of encouragement or give me advice. That's pretty cool. So I think it's really important that we have things like that.
If you weren't able to attend this time, make sure to go to the next Shattuck Market to see what new products the TCU community has to offer.
In our Health Minute today, mass layoffs are happening at public health agencies across the U.S. The cuts include researchers, scientists, and doctors, support staff, and senior leaders. The layoffs are expected to save $1.8 billion annually.
Health agencies are also dealing with federal funding cuts. Here in Dallas, those cuts forced dozens of free measles vaccine clinics to close. Many clinics have been planned at schools with low vaccination rates. And that comes as the measles outbreak in Texas grows. Cases has climbed to 422. And the outbreak has spread to other counties, including one here in North Texas called Arab County. It's between Fort Worth and Abilene. Federal prosecutors will seek the death penalty for Luigi Mangione. He's the man accused of killing the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, back in December. This is significant because it's the first time the Justice Department has sought to bring the death penalty since President Trump took office. Federal executions will halted under the Biden administration.
Blue Cross Blue Shield dropped 2 major North Texas hospitals from its plan. The company failed to reach an agreement with Southwestern Health, which includes Texas Health Resources and UT Southwestern. Contracts between the hospital system and the insurance company expired yesterday.
Last week, we showed you this security footage of 2 of the cutest otters who escaped from a zoo in Wisconsin. This morning, we have an update. One of the otters, Ophelia, was found and is back at the new zoo and adventure park in Green Bay. But Louie, her partner in crime, is still on the run.
TCU will host its 30th annual Easter egg hunt and family picnic on Sunday, April 13th. The picnic starts at 12:30 p.m. by Frog Fountain, and the Easter egg hunt starts at 2 p.m. sharp in front lawn of Sadler Hall.
Women's History Month wrapped up this week. TCU held a number of events to celebrate, but we wanted to celebrate too by honoring the women who have made an impact on TCU. Here's Ellie Griffin with that story.
While Women's History Month may be fading into the calendar, honoring the ways that women have shaped TCU's legacy is a timeless endeavor. In 1873, Addison and Randolph Clark established TCU as one of the first coeducational institutions west of the Mississippi. The founders set the stage for women like Mary Coots Burnett, Kit Moncrief, and Ida Jarvis to, well, lead on. But the impact that women have on the university isn't just another relic of the past. In fact, countless female frogs are actively shaping the future.
Someone that really inspires me on campus is Amo. She's the speech and debate coach.
A woman that inspires me on campus is, I want to say Dr. G. It's my scholarship coordinator.
A woman that inspires me on TCU's campus is Senora Martin.
There's no time like the present to say thank you to the women who inspired the university and students alike to bud and blossom.
Thanks, Ellie. By now, you've seen the social media campaign on campus. Name a squirrel on campus for $3.
It seems silly, and maybe you're tired of hearing about it, but for seniors, it can be more than just a silly idea. It's about leaving a legacy. Here's Katea Sharp.
TCU has officially answered the age-old question: how do you raise money without having to shake down alumni? Let people start naming the campus squirrels. For just $3, you can name a squirrel on campus and support funding for student scholarships.
The idea really is to, one, because it's fun and it's a novelty, but secondly, it's a small gift that we can give back to TCU and help students. So, and the funds go straight to scholarships.
Faculty, staff, students, and alumni are all welcome to name a squirrel. But if you're a senior, you get a special gift back.
For seniors who give before April the 11th, their name is in the commencement brochure and program, and most people don't know that. So they're honored in the commencement program, but they also get the graduation cord.
I think it's awesome just like how much TCU gives to us and how many opportunities we're given. So I think it's really cool that we get a chance to give back in a fun way that everyone can get involved in, and it's super easy to be involved in too.
From now until April 12th, you have the rare chance to leave your mark on campus. It's not a bench or a building, but a little buddy.
Thanks, Katea. A quick heads up to join us next Tuesday, April 8th at 12:30 for the SGA presidential debates. Thank you for watching TCU News Now. I'm Haley Chiriello.
And I'm Taylor Cronert. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.